great article about you in the newspaper this week here. You're getting lots of good publicity.
Thank you so much.
So that's awesome. But Friday night, the Jefferson Theater,
Yes, sir.
with Wim Tapley and Brave Baby, I
That's
believe. It's got to be an exciting night to
I'm
headline
really
that
excited.
venue.
Yes, I'm really excited. It actually comes, ironically, this wasn't on purpose, but it comes a year ago to the day that I first headlined the Southern for the first time and sold it out for the first time. So it's, like I said, kind of ironic how that worked out. Not necessarily on purpose, but just kind of some universal, calendar work going
Yeah,
on
it
behind
just
the
worked
scenes.
out.
And it worked out.
Well,
So it's
hey,
cool.
look,
I'm really excited.
We've got a half an hour, so I don't want to jibber jabber too much and take up your time. Let's get into some more music, and we'll come back and talk about what your future plans are.
Thank you so much. This next song is a song called No Light to See. An empty room, two bodies lay beside and dance through the night until they let their guard down. Eyes wide still, sparks fill the room just like there's light to see, light to see. Go no, let me swim in those waters, baby. As those waves come crashing down, down, hand in hand, you walk that path with me, and we move further through the night. But that garden's been cut clean. Take me in, lay me down just like there's light to see, light to see. Go no, let me swim in those waters, baby. As those waves come crashing down, down, come crashing down, and I just can't walk this way home alone without you in my mind singing, darling, don't leave me all alone. And after midnight, it's nothing but passing time, is what they say when there's no heartbeat. Give it a sign. And after midnight, it's nothing but passing time, is what they say when there's no heartbeat. Give it a sign. So go no, let me swim in those waters, baby. As those waves come crashing down, down, let me swim in those waters, baby. As those waves come crashing down, down, come on, come on.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, what is your process? Obviously, you're a very talented songwriter, and I've been listening since the Jefferson show was announced because we've been playing you here a bunch. But what's your process in songwriting?
Yeah, so I like to think of myself as a guitar player first, and I don't know if that's necessarily how most people view me, or most artists who are necessarily like instrument based. But I started playing guitar first, and because of that, I like to pick up the instrument, and I like to just as dumbed down as it sounds, I really just like to play a lot. And I come up with the music first, a lot of times, and then come back on top of that and create these vocal melodies, and then, you know, take that into becoming stories or things that I've read and stuff to really fill out the lyrics. But usually I start with the guitar first.
You've been playing since a very young age.
I've played since I was young. Yeah, it started kind of, my mom put my older brother and I into guitar lessons when we were, you know, I think I was 7 or 8 years old when I first started playing. And it just, you know, stayed pretty constant. Was just playing the acoustic guitar for a long time and not really, you know, going with it because I was so busy with, you know, youth sports and everything like that. And then when COVID happened and I found myself with nothing to do besides online schooling, which I despised, I really dug in on the guitar and my own music and songwriting and everything. So that was kind of the sort of shift of when I decided that I wanted to do this and really pursue music as my career.
Is your brother still playing guitar?
He is, yes. My brother is still playing guitar.
Oh, cool. Well, listen, let's get back to the music.
Thank you so much. This next song is the first song I released last year. It's a song called Brighter Side. How many times does your passion take your breath away? To be somewhere on your own, lost out all alone, or now here to stay. Is there anyone in the room that won't agree with what I've got? Find I'm breaking into you through a big display. Fireworks and roses in the room shine like the brightest day. Wake from the dream to see that your colors all in line. So if I'm not afraid of what we might have been, don't be scared to pull the clock back down. So wander inside and open up your mind for me, just to go out and land on the brighter side. So don't open up your mind unless you're sure of it. Spill your thoughts out on the page. Please don't hesitate, there's no time to waste. Flying in my dream to go out and land on the brighter side. So if I'm not afraid of what we might have been, don't be scared to pull the clock back down. So wander inside and open up your mind for me, just to go out and land on the brighter side. Now I'm coming back for more, just like an overdose, with a heart so pure and going out alone. I will find my home, standing in your view and right between the brighter side. Standing in your view and right between the brighter side.
Writer's Side was the first song that I heard of yours, and it just
Really?
just so it's ironic that it was the first that you kind of released. How did you come to at such a young part of your career selling out like the Southern and then getting booked here at the Jefferson?
I wish I could had a straightforward answer with you. I don't know. I think I've just been I've been playing around town since I came to Charlottesville for school, and I've just been trying to network and connect as much as I can and meet as many people as I can, whether that be at my shows or just on the street or just wherever. And so I think that's really organically helped me grow in this community. And like I've said many times before, I wouldn't be, I'm so grateful for this Charlottesville community and how much they have been offered me to have my position in the incredible Charlottesville music scene. So it's an honor to be in a part of this music scene. I couldn't have done it without.
It's amazing. I moved here from a city that was probably 2/3 again bigger than Charlottesville, that doesn't have nearly as much music. If you're just tuning in here to Around This Town on WTJU, Jack Stepanian is here in studio. He's got a big show coming up Friday night, headlining at the Jefferson Theater. I mean, it just amazes me when you think about all of the great artists and musicians who have been on the road for a long time. You've done a great job.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, it's been so much fun, and just amazing support here in this community. And it's funny, the Jefferson, actually, I remember when I was in middle school, 7th or 8th grade, I went to see the Wood Brothers at the Jefferson, and I couldn't ever have imagined myself sitting there as a, 14 or 15-year-old saying, one day I'll be headlining this same room that the Wood Brothers. I mean, one of my favorite bands ever, the Wood Brothers, and they're incredible, and just be on that same stage with so much history in that room and everything. It's going to be such a special night, and can't wait for it.
Yeah, what a great evening. All right, Jack, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. This song is the most recent single I've put out this past fall. It's a slower little tune, but it's one called Cheap Ride to Heaven. Bottled up blue eyes, so lost in the rain. When you looked at me just like they said so, you're crying blind again, with a desire so lonely as your eyes burned out tonight. Locked away, we're going nowhere fast, while holding in the hope and if to be told, 60 seconds worth of a distance run that won't get us far enough. You're like a cheap ride to heaven, burning brighter than I've known, flying faster than the angels. Don't wait for them to tell you where to go. On that cheap ride to heaven we'll go. Take my hand, we'll go far from here, flying faster through the cosmos. We'll take a trip around Mars, we'll fly through the stars. I'll go anywhere, you and me. I'll dream and dream away through the night, with your eyes like a road map to guide me. Two hands on the wheel, nothing left to steal. We'll go drive until the morning comes. You're like a cheap ride to heaven, burning brighter than I've known, flying faster than the angels. Don't wait for them to tell you where to go. On that cheap ride, heaven will go. Heaven will go. You're like a cheap ride to heaven, burning brighter than I've known. Flying faster than the angels, don't wait for them to tell you where to go. On that cheap ride to heaven we'll go.
Stage that you're on is has hosted an awful lot of great musicians. In fact, we just announced earlier today that Nefesh Mountain will be here Thursday between 3:30 and 4 o'clock before their show at the Southern Cafe.
Super cool.
They've got that double album, Beacon, that they're out celebrating. How do people keep in touch with you on social media and follow you?
Of course. My website is a good place to start. Well, two places. My website and my Instagram. My website is jackstepanian.com. And then my Instagram is just jack.stepanian. And then I'm on, TikTok and Instagram and the internet and I guess wherever else you stream your music. But I like to tell people that really just my website and Instagram are really the best places.
Growing up in Richmond and Charlottesville, of course, is almost like a bedroom community. It's so close. You decided to come to school here.
Yes.
So you've known this community for a long time. It's probably helped you along your way.
Absolutely, yeah. I've got so many just great connections here when I came to Charlottesville, they weren't necessarily musical connections, but they've been so supportive regardless, whether it be music or school or whatever it is, of me being here and being in this community. And then those have led to musical connections that I've made and established both at UVA and in the greater Charlottesville community as a whole. So, like I said, it's just having those connections has been super helpful, and just continuing to meet people and as many people as I can here has been awesome.
How long was it after you started school here that you started gigging and playing in town?
I started gigging in town like a week after I got to UVA. Funny enough. I was in a band here, cover band, with some buddies that I didn't know. I knew one of them who's currently my drummer in my current band, my touring band. But we were in a band here, and I think the week we got to school, we played a show somewhere around town. And, we played a lot throughout that fall. And then that spring, I took my drummer of that band, and he and I got together, and we basically just made a demo of some of the songs that you've heard just now. And I went out and I found my current bass player, who was also a UVA student. And then we took that little demo that he and I made as just a drummer and a guitar player, and we added some bass to it, and then that kind of blossomed into what you have today. So it really wasn't, it was kind of right away that it happened here in Charlottesville.
Hey, let's give the band members a shout out for
Absolutely. Shout out Eli Bemis, my drummer, who also lives in Charlottesville, and then shout out Eric Willersdorf, my bass player. And I couldn't have done it without those two guys. Just such incredible musicians, such great people, such great friends of mine. And it's been a lot of fun being a part of this journey with them is just so special. And then my touring band is kind of rounded out with a couple of musicians who I bring in. At the moment, my piano player's name is Joe Santos from Richmond, Virginia, and he's just filled the role perfectly, and just so excited to have him part of the team.
That's awesome. And with touring, obviously, has to be a little more difficult with having a double major here at UVA.
Yeah, that doesn't help with exams and everything. But like I said earlier, it's just if you love everything you do, regardless of that, whether that's your academics here or your music or whatever, then it makes things easier. So that's kind of been.
When are you slated to graduate, by the way?
This May.
And then your plans after graduation?
I am either going to stay here and pursue music in Charlottesville or move somewhere else, but always music.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's a great. I mean, you got the education. It's always in your back pocket, and you can pursue music as long as you want.
That was one thing I couldn't do was drop out. So couldn't drop out, but which I wouldn't have done it. You know, you got to get the degree, but yeah, absolutely pursue music. Wherever that may take me, I'm not sure at the moment, but in terms of location, but the music will always be there.
And then one final question here before we get to the last song. What is planned as far as new music? The EP that you put out last year just kind of got on fire pretty quickly, but what's up for the future?
Yeah, so we've been working hard on a new set of tunes at the moment, and you know, when they'll be out, I'm not exactly sure. I'd like to think that some of them will be listenable for the public sometime maybe this early summer, but I don't know. You know, I don't want to give it a definitive timeline because I don't know if, you know, I may add some songs to the project or do whatever with it. So we're still working on that at the moment. But yeah, expect new music soon. Absolutely.
With technology, where do you record? I mean, because you can pretty much record anywhere these days.
Yeah, it's funny. You can. I've done a lot of demos like that, but with most of my recorded projects that are released, I like to go in and work in the studios with engineers and everything. And I'm currently working at a studio in Richmond called Space Bomb Studios. And I'm down there. And I've done some work here in Charlottesville on the project also, but the majority of it has been done in Richmond.
That's awesome. Hey, well, we really appreciate you coming in. We've got time for one more.
Yes, of course, absolutely. This song is a tune called Made for Us, which is the title track off of the EP that I released a year ago this Friday on March 21st. So here it is, Made for Us. Stars they burn, but here we sit on a world that has no need for us. But here we stand, tall like thieves, while this world takes out its need for us. Eyes filled with color beams, just to enjoy. This life ain't everything. Don't act like there's nothing more. What if they say it's time to go? What will you do to spend your days together? Will you sit mindless, numb, or will you feel this life within your chest? And eyes filled with color beams, but just to enjoy. This life ain't everything. Don't act like there's nothing more. Wide awake, the midnight sun burns as bright as the dark of night, but still we spin small as thieves while this world takes out its need for us. And eyes filled with color beams, no reason but just to enjoy. This life ain't everything, but don't act like there's nothing more.
Hey, Jack, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much
Best
for
of
having
luck.
me. Of
Are you going to
course.
be nervous on Friday night?
Just excited, that's all. I can't wait. So thank you so much again for having me, and thank you to all the listeners out there. Hope to see you all this Friday, March 21st at the Jefferson Theater.